The animated interview bits use voice-alikes generated from AI tools. All artists are faithfully represented by the original published text. The roar of the crowd still rings loud and long in the ears of Led Zeppelin. Record success continues to turn them on, but nothing stands against the motivation of this four-man crew to get out and make music. Led's larynx, Robert Plant, particularly exudes an enthusiasm for his vocation.
Whenever possible, I like to get out there with the kids. Only in that way can I get to know what the record buyers want. That's how I make up my mind from what the public want. For me, the most successful concert is the one when everyone is up on their feet, smiling, yelling, and getting into the music. Personally, I don't like things too straight-laced. The idea of people just sitting down and getting turned on without showing any sign of response, it's just too melodramatic.
Like the rest of Zeppelin, Plant laughs at rumors, persistent ones, that each and every album or concert is their farewell, although some of the stories he naturally finds irritating.
The fact is, we don't flog Zepp to death. Just like John Lennon says, yeah, if you're on the road too long, it becomes painful.
Plant further echoes drummer John Bonham in pointing out that Zeppelin have set their own pace, one which allows them sufficient freedom and creativity. The band, with discretion, faces the public, either as a recording act or in concert, when they feel they have something new and exciting to offer. He told me,
speaking for myself, I've always got the motivation to work, but like the rest of the band, I don't want to charge around the country every night. What's the point? We only tour and bring out an album when we want to. But most people realize that we're always popping up all over the world to do concerts. Whenever possible, we always return to those places.
Plant is proud of Zeppelin's past achievements.
We were even the first group to present non-Rockside features like Circus X at Wembley in London, although the Pigs didn't quite get it on.
A certain amount of controversy has always raged over Zeppelin, ranging from them being described as the definitive all-electric rock band to the manifestation of Jimmy Page's personal ego trip. Plant wrapped up these charges.
A lot of people draw their conclusions without seeing enough of the band.
Led Zeppelin's fourth album, for the first time, revealed the full spectrum of their collective talents, and Plant commented,
music is very much like a kaleidoscope, and I feel that this particular album was just a case of us just stretching out. It was a very natural development for us. I like people to lay down the truth, no rubbish. That's what the feather in the circle was all about.
Referring to one of the 4 rune symbols used instead of the album title.
A lot of the tracks on that album came from various moods where we just got together and started to contribute various basic ideas.
Much success of the fourth Zeppelin album can be attributed to Plant's maturity, both as singer and writer. He said,
in the case of one song, Battle of Evermore, I'd been reading a book on the Scottish Wars immediately before. It was really more of a playlet rather than a song. And after I wrote the lyric of it, I realized I needed a completely different voice as well as my own. So I asked Sandy Denny along to sing on that track. I found it very satisfying to sing with someone who has a completely different style to my own. While I sang about the events of the song, Sandy answered back as if she was the pulse of the people in the battlements. Sandy was a town crier urging the people to lay down their weapons. Another of my songs, Stairway to Heaven, was the result of an evening when Jimmy and I just sat down in front of the fire. We came up with a song which was later developed by the rest of the band in the studio.
Much of Zeppelin's appeal has been by virtue of their ability to produce material hanging on instant riffs developed to great lengths on Black Dog, which, to the annoyance of their plagiarists, includes instrumental passages that are almost impossible to copy.
They're really attuned to all those time skips. These things aren't intentional, just little whims, which will no doubt expand on the next album. When they're doing these kind of time skip riffs, Jimmy, John and Bonzo suddenly come up with something like the passage on Black Dog, play it, fall about all over the floor for 10 minutes in fits of laughter, play play it again, burst into laughter, then preserve it on tape. It's as simple as that.
Attempts have been made by Led Zeppelin to cut a live album. The last one was during a tour of Japan, but Plant told me, "The sound balance was just as bad as a bootleg album.